One of the companies that's not going to be appearing is TikTok, but it has been a topic of a lot of conversation in government circles. AIkiko Fujita is joining us now to talk more about that. Do you think there'll be sort of direct questions about TikTok, or how do you think it will be woven into the hearing today?
Yeah, there may not be questions specifically about TikTok, but there may be questions about Chinese tech. And if you look at the opening statements that have already been released from these tech CEOs, they certainly allude to that and definitely play into these anti-China concerns that have emerged, especially with competing tech companies. You look at Tim Cook, who says Apple is a uniquely American company whose success is only possible in this country. Sundar Pichai, who of course immigrated from India, saying our work would not be possible without the long tradition of American innovation. And we are committed to maintaining America's competitive edge in the world. Jeff Bezos specifically talking about China, say we can't outsource these jobs to China or anywhere else to this country. He says to fulfill our promises to customers in this country, we need American workers to get products to American customers. Now, Mark Zuckerberg's statement, I think, is most interesting given that Facebook is just about to launch a direct competitor to TikTok. Some would argue it's a direct clone of TikTok. And Mark Zuckerberg, in his opening statement, saying Facebook is a proudly American company. We believe in values, democracy, competition, inclusion, and free expression that the American economy was built on. Many other tech companies share these values, but there's no guarantee our values will win out. And Mark Zuckerberg in past statements have always kind of alluded to this, saying, look, you can come after us and regulate us, but keep in mind that there's global competition that's out there, and regulation could potentially stifle the power of Facebook and ultimately lead to the emergence of these Chinese tech companies. Not specifically calling out TikTok, but certainly alluding to that. And the backdrop to all of this is, of course, this investigation has been going on from the Committee of Foreign Investment into the U.S., CFIUS, into TikTok. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin today sort of alluding to the fact that there is a ruling that could be coming down soon on TikTok. CFIUS has been looking into whether they should unwind this deal that ByteDance purchased Musical.ly, which is this company that has ultimately became the TikTok app as we know it today. So there's no question China is going to be in the back of the minds of both lawmakers as well as tech CEOs. And I think the big question is going to be, how do you square these two arguments? On the one hand, you've got lawmakers who are saying, look, these tech companies are just way too powerful and there needs to be competition. The reality is the competition has not emerged directly from the US, but also from Chinese companies. You've got those same lawmakers saying, look, we need to go after these Chinese companies too. And so there is a bit of an incoherence, if you will, in the broader tech argument that's been made. And that's going to be an interesting conversation, or interesting to see if that actually emerges from the conversation on the Hill today.
AIkiko, I want to talk about TikTok and the fact that Mark Zuckerberg is playing it up as this major threat to the company. It's important to point out that Facebook has 2.6 billion with a B users, vastly overwhelming any other social media platform in the world. I guess, do you think that lawmakers are going to kind of call him on that, or do you think that they're oblivious to that fact?
Well, that's the big challenge for lawmakers because, to the point I made earlier, there's no question they're looking at where Facebook is, the power they have because of that user base you just pointed to. At the same time, the competition that lawmakers have looked to actually emerge has actually not come from the US. And with any Chinese company that's emerged, there's going to be concerns about national security, inherently so because of the way these companies operate in China. So from a lawmaker standpoint, I mean, that's a very difficult line to toe here, to say that, look, you are too powerful. From Facebook's standpoint, they can certainly point to TikTok and say, here's the proof that there's competition that's out there. But again, this is the same company that a lot of these lawmakers think should not be operating in the US. So that's a difficult argument to make.
We'll see how they do today. AIkiko Fujita, thank you so much. Appreciate it.